All right, shalom. First off, I want to say all praises to Yahawah Yahawashi, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and shalawam to the elect out there. Push the word in sincerity and in truth. All right, so my name is Nazar Khad. This is GMS Precepts, and as you can see here, I have a map of the recent earthquakes. All right, as you can see here, all the dots you see here are earthquakes that happened within a day ago. Okay, it goes this goes back 24 hours of the last. So what you're seeing basically here on the map is earthquakes within the last 24 hours. Okay, all right. So pretty much, let me do an intro to the show I'm gonna do. Obviously, you can see it's on earthquakes, and one of the signs of the Lord's return is what? Earthquakes in diverse places. Okay. Matter of fact, let me just get the scripture since I got it. This is Matthew 24, verse 7. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." All right. So, one of the signs of what the Lord, who they even call Jesus Christ, returning. Okay, in the Hebrew, his name is what? Yahawashi. One of the signs of Yahawashi's return is earthquakes, not only wars within nations and kingdoms and famines and pestilences, but earthquakes. Now, this map here shows you. This is earthquake.usgs.gov, and like I said, it gives you earthquakes within. I can go back as far as 30 days, but this is just in one day. All right, now let's say if I click, this is right here in Japan. Okay, it says here that it was what, on a scale, it was 4.7 on the Richter scale. The date is 11/25/16. The time is what's that? That's 8 o'clock over there. That's 8 p.m. Okay. If I zoom in here a little bit, you got a bunch here in this area. All right. That one was 6.5. Okay. Okay, now if I zoom out a little bit, mind you, this is just day one. Okay, so basically I'm going over the signs of the time, and one of the signs, that's how you know the Lord is going to make his return, because the signs at the time. Now you got here in Russia, you got a 5.1 on the Richter scale. Another part of Russia, you got a 5.5. Here's Alaska here, you got a 3.0. Now the scripture doesn't say it's going to be a 8.0 earthquakes in the last days. It just speaks of earthquakes in diverse places. And that's what's going on. Okay. There was one reason why I did the video is because there was one a couple of days ago on the coast of El Salvador, and it was a 7.5. Now see, these are probably aftershocks, because if I go back, I'm gonna go back 7 days. Okay. As you can see here on the side. Now I'm going to go back 7 days. Okay. And I want to see all magnitudes. You see it says here, if it's a 4.5 and over. See what I did here, I didn't even realize. Let's go back a day ago of all magnitudes. Okay. And let's see how many earthquakes. Because all these earthquakes are a 2.5 and up. Okay. Let me go back a day ago, but all magnitudes, and you see, there's more. Okay, and this is when it's red. That means it's within the hour. So right now it's 2 o'clock on Friday, 11/25, and here in Cali, you got a 1.3. Okay, here you got what? This is Utah, you have a 3.2. Here in Oklahoma, you got a 4.3. And mind you, all of these earthquakes aren't televised. So, like I said, let's go back 7 days. Okay, let's go back 7 days and look how many earthquakes within the last 7 days. Like I said, man, whenever I talk, whenever through the Spirit I speak on this prophecy, I always bring up how I had a app on my phone telling me all the earthquakes that take place, and I wind up having to turn it off because I would get so many alerts. I'm thinking I'm getting a text or email from somebody, but it's another alert for earthquake. So that's, amen. If that's not part of prophecy, and look, that's what we're supposed to look for. That's how we know how the Lord is going to return. Let me get another scripture right quick. This is Isaiah 29:6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts." Who's the Lord of hosts? The Lord of hosts is Yahawashi. Okay, Lord of hosts, or Lord of the armies. Okay, it says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and flame of devouring fire." So this is how the Lord makes His presence known, through the elements. Okay. When the Lord died, what happened? There was an earthquake that took place. All right. So the same way He left, the same way He's going to return. He's going to return, and it's going to be known throughout the world like, yo, this is the Lord. Okay. This is Yahawashi. All right. Okay. And it says what? Thou shalt be visited with us. So this is how the Lord makes His presence known, through the elements, man. Okay. That's why it tells you in Luke 12:49, it says what? Matter of fact, let me get it, because I'm not too good at paraphrasing. Let me get Luke 12. I believe it's 48th verse. Let me see here. Bear with me. Here it goes. It says, Luke 12:49, "I come not to send fire on earth, and what will I if it already be kindled?" So that fire is symbolic for all the hell and atrocities and a mayhem that's going to take place on the planet Earth. Okay? All right? There's going to be all type of mayhem and madness and war and earthquake and death and pestilence that's going to take place. All right? Before the Lord comes and really puts a literal fire on this earth with the chariots that's going to shoot laser beams on this place. All right. Okay, but it's going to be very destructive when the Lord makes His return. That's why it describes the Lord's return as a dark and gloomy day. So this is just 7 days. Okay. And this is as being a watcher. Okay, this is what you're supposed to look for. You're supposed to look for these prophecies. Let's see this big one right here. This is probably the one. This is off the coast of, you see this yellow circle right here. This is a big one. This is a 7.0 in El Salvador, on the coast of El Salvador. This is El Salvador right here. And it was a 7.0 a couple days ago. This was yesterday, actually. All right, now this is the reason why I wanted to do this video, because I would see in the news there was a lot of earthquakes in recent days, and that just gave me the idea of looking to see if there's a website where it tracks it. All right, now as you can see, these are past 7 days earthquakes, and you can see how many dots you see here. Okay. This is Russia, I believe. Yeah, 5.0. 5.0. This is today, actually. 5.5. You know what I'm saying? So let's see here. This is Argentina. This is the 20th, 6.4. That was a big one. All right. So let me go back 30 days, and then I'm gonna get a scripture. This is 30 days significant. Let me go 30 days, 2.5 and bigger. Let's click that, and you see how many earthquakes there are, man. Look at that. So let me get this scripture, and I'm gonna end the video on that. This is Second Ezra's, the 9th chapter, first verse. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. How do you measure the time diligently? Okay, you measure the time diligently by watching for prophecies. That's how you measure or judge the time that we're in. And one of those signs or indicators of the time that we're in right now are those earthquakes. And this is the earthquakes throughout the whole earth in the last 30 days. Okay, there was one in Japan not too long ago, like a week ago, near Fukushima. All right, let me go back to the scripture. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay, I'll read on. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Boom. That's a sign right there. Earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Right now, you got the whole sedition among men, a little prelude to it, because it's just going to get worse about President-elect Trump. You see, the people of America, they all in an uproar about it, and they're protesting. I mean, as far back as I remember, I've never witnessed in a situation where people are protesting against an elect president ever. I mean, they didn't even go this crazy about Obama, and the majority of the people think he's a Negro. Here it is, Trump is president, and you got people protesting and standing outside of Trump Towers and going crazy, man. Talking about this is not my president, but hey, it really doesn't matter who's president. This place called America is on its way out anyway, okay? So I'll read the last verse. It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Okay? So that's that, man. You see all these earthquakes? These are signs. These are signs of the times, and the times that we're in are what? Are the last days of the so-called white man's rulership. Okay? These are just one of the signs. All right? So with that, until the next show, shalawam.